All right. We are back live. This is your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance, www.bolopunchboxinghour.com. Streaming to you live, as always, on Ustream.tv. Emil Popinski, don't ever do that again.
You're moving.
I'll give you 20 minutes to stop that.
You're moving in on my space over here, bro. I'm running out of room.
Pardon me. Timmy, the producer, Patterson, how can our listeners get in touch tonight?
Hit us up on the hotline, 219-743-9743. Yahoo Instant Messenger is up and running. Keyword Bolo Punch Boxing Hour. But the best way to reach us is in the chat room via Ustream.tv.
Well, it is cramped in there right now, but damn it, keep
trying. The lines are full, but just keep trying to get through.
Keep trying. Now, we're moving to a pretty serious portion of the show because we've talked at great length about the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame of Belfast, New York. We talked about it at length a month ago before we left. We actually talked about it the whole month before we left. That trip was 3 weeks ago. Me, my wife Angie, Jimmy, the fighting school teacher of DeMott Holmes, and of course Timmy, the producer Patterson of Bolo Punch. We made the drive on down. Timmy, the day we left for Belfast, New York, was an adventure.
The day before was an adventure.
The day of.
The day of.
We didn't
know anything the day before. The day before was fine. Day of was garbage, though.
Yeah, we're supposed to leave Thursday afternoon, and Mr. Guzman says, hey, we got to go to Illinois, which is the opposite way to get the U-Haul rental.
It's going right by starting with a strong left.
Yes, so we go 20 minutes the opposite way from everywhere to go into Illinois, get it hooked up. There's a light not working on it, so the dingbat
at the U-Haul.
We
rented a 5x8 trailer so we could get the trunk, the famous, Kilrain and Sullivan trunk, plus a whole batch of my paintings and a bunch of luggage and stuff. We're gonna have hook it up to your SUV. I'm dealing with the paperwork and the credit card and the driver's license type stuff, and Timmy's working with the mechanical stuff, namely the actual SUV and the hookup and the lights, the turn signals and all that stuff. I'm dealing with the paperwork, and I've paid, I've declined extra coverage, I've talked about everything under the sun except for what type of vehicle. I run out in the rain to get the title from, the registration from Tim, and the gentleman looks at the registration, and it says Ford EXP. And he says, EXP, is that Explorer or is that Escalade? Now, I didn't want to laugh at the guy in his face, but it's not Expalade. So,
like the Indiana
I said, well, which one do you want to hear? And he's like, well, if it's an Explorer, we can't let you take it. And I wasn't about to stand around and figure out why. I said, then it's an Escalade. And he looks at it, he goes, it looks like an Escalade. I said, then it is. He goes, but it's not, is it? It's an Explorer, isn't it? I said, well, it says EXP, sir. And he goes, oh, yeah, it's an Explorer. And he goes, oh, well, we've got pending litigation with Ford right now. Ford Explorers cannot pull U-Haul trailers. So Timmy is just beside himself. Like, are you kidding me? I drove all the way down here, hooked it up, had, Sancho. No, actually, this dude was more like a Cletus.
Sancho?
Cletus is hooking stuff up, and one light works, and then the other light doesn't work. And
yeah, well, I've never hooked anything up to my truck before, so I got the adapter for it. What the guy said we needed.
Your ball at my house.
Yeah.
Left to right.
Center.
So, anyways, the guy plugs it in, and he's like, "You got anything back there?" I'm like, "No," and then I'm thinking to myself, "Crap, it's my truck, And then freaking Dingleberry goes, "Oh, I forgot to hook up the ground." So then he hooks up the ground, and then one light's still not working. Then he goes and then he comes back, and he's like, "You want the bad news or the worst news?" And I go, "What do you got, dude?" "Oh, we don't hook up to Ford Explorers. That's the one truck that we don't hook up to."
He thought that was going to be hilarious to us. He thought he had the joke of the day. He was the jerk.
Beat him down.
Well, they haven't found the body yet. So we drive back without any trailer whatsoever, and now we're really, hot. We get back, and we just shove everything into Tim's Explorer. And I'll tell you, the drive there was much less comfortable than the drive back. The drive there pretty much sucked. First of all, Timmy almost killed us on the way there because the bastard fell asleep at the wheel.
I just wanted to
And
check
it was
out
about
that...
the funniest way you could. How many people have died due to that? So I'm not going to make light of that. What I am going to make light of is how he woke up. It was a total Clark Griswold. Everyone in the car was asleep, including the driver. He's just... Who wants to drive? That's the first thing he said. We go over towards the divider. We go over towards the divider. He's way past the shoulder now.
It's bad when a GPS is telling you to turn left.
GPS is like, okay, recalculate. Ass. Well, he wakes up with the words, all right, who wants to drive? And now all four of us are sitting upright. Like, whoa, what just happened? So we get there. And now it's time for the real point to this. Timmy, I could go on and on and on. I want your take on how this weekend went from start to finish. Now, how they treated us. Now, of course, I'm going to be a little tainted because they treated me like an absolute king. But they treated us all like celebrities, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they took very good care of us. Why don't we do this? Because we got 3 minutes before we got to take a break. Let's take a break, and then we get into the actual what happened on the weekend. Send us a break.
Well, I'm going to send us to break right now. This is your ball. Because my daddy told me to. And I'll eat my veggies when I'm done. This is
Roki
your
Insurance is a 4-generation insurance family serving Indiana families for